on to the next one, which is School of Social Entrepreneurs, and I would like to call Jessie on stage.
I'm making faces.
I know.
Can I boom my voice? Can you hear me up the back too? Yep. Yeah? Fantastic. Thanks. I'm much better if I can boom my voice. Do you want me to use a timer?
Yes, I can shout out if you want as well.
Shout out. Hi everybody, my name is Jessie Williams and I'm the Learning Facilitator with the School for Social Entrepreneurs. And as I came in this morning I saw some faces of people that have been through our program. So I just want to do a quick hands up if you're a graduate of the School for Social Entrepreneurs. Oh hey, Rob, hey, Tim's over there. Hands up if you're a current student in the School for Social Entrepreneurs. Fantastic. Hands up if you've been a mentor of the School for Social Entrepreneurs. Thank you so much. Where's Mark gone? Is he just here?
Mark?
He's up there. I just wanted to say thank you, Mark, for that presentation. It was totally inspiring to get such a punchy snapshot of the market and what you guys do. So the School for Social Entrepreneurs operates as friends with social traders. We have slightly different approaches for the same outcomes, I think. So at the school, we work with social entrepreneurs who then drive their social ventures forward. I want to give you a snapshot of who we are, and then just an overview of the programs that we run, and then I'm going to invite one of our fellows up to actually tell you about the journey that he's been on, and then I'm going to invite our current students who actually started the Bankstown Changemaker program yesterday, this is their second day, to get up here and to pitch their hearts out to you, the audience. And I know that you'll be warm and welcoming for them, because we love to throw them in the deep end at the School for Social Entrepreneurs. So we were started 15 years ago by a gentleman by the name of Michael Young. We are a social franchise globally. We started in the UK. And Michael was what we call a serial social entrepreneur. So he was a man who believed in taking responsibility for the world. He was a person who believed in democratic education, opening up the corridors of power and letting anybody have a go. And he founded institutions such as the Open University. He was one of the founders of the Open University, which is based on enrolments, the largest university in the world. He also founded Which magazine, which we know as Choice magazine in Australia, which spearheaded the consumerist movement. And the last thing he did was he founded the School for Social Entrepreneurs. So he was an old white man by the time he founded the school. And the first program that he ran failed terribly because he had all these minions at his feet looking up to him and saying, "Oh, Michael, we want to be like you." And he thought, well, this won't do at all. You're an entrepreneur. You have to have your own ideas. You have to do it yourself. So he brought in action learning methodology as a foundation principle for the school. He said, we can't teach entrepreneurship, but you can learn entrepreneurship. And you can learn it through storytelling from other people who have done it, and you can learn it through expert sessions, and you can learn it from giving it a go and working out where you're going wrong and where you need to pivot and where you need to change. Quick. So, we run practical learning programs for entrepreneurial individuals who have an idea or startup venture with a social or environmental benefit. A number of our students form social enterprises, and some don't form social enterprises, so creating social change through trade. Some of them have ventures that are fully funded as well. We also work with what we call entrepreneurs, so change makers who are on salary within an organisation, whether it's council, whether it's private business. They're people who are passionate change makers, just like startup people, but need to work through, I suppose, influencing change from a current system. So we're actually called the school, which is really weird. We're not a school at all. We don't have exams, no entry requirements, no essays, no reading lists, no qualifications, and we don't have any teachers. So I don't even know why I get paid to do my job. But we bring in people who've got stories to tell, and we run and we learn from each other in a cohort. So there are people like you. It's everyday people wanting to make a difference. Our strapline is people-powered change, because we fundamentally believe that change needs to be spearheaded by the people who are affected by the problem. And I just had a chat with the lovely Lucy from Parramatta Council. Lucy, the boy, just right in the front. And I'm going to steal her line. It's communities helping communities. So it's grassroots change from people who are willing to step up to make a difference. Diversity, we know that there's strength in diversity. We learn from each other. It's personal growth in the context of the venture. We run 4-month and 9-month programs. We learn by doing. So students come together with an idea, they pitch on day one, and then they've got to get out there and give it a go. And we know the old adage of fail fast. It's about working out what's not working and then changing it very quickly. Very practical programs. We bring in experts. We work through a lot of expert workshops, just like social trainers deliver. And we bring in witnesses. We call them witnesses, people who've done it before so that they can tell their story. As I mentioned, we use the action learning methodology. Action learning is like peer coaching. So you bring a challenge to a small group of people and they ask you questions to try and unlock what that challenge is. We even have one of our action learning facilitators in the room. Thank you. We have mentoring as well. So we believe that change makers come in all shapes and sizes, and that includes the corporate sector. So yesterday when we launched Bankstown Change Makers, we had 8 students pitch their idea. We had 8 executive level corporates be inducted. They came into the room and they chose the student that they wanted to mentor. And they chose the student based on a shared passion for the social issue, but also what their capabilities were and where they thought they could make a difference. Let's go to the next one. So we run a 9-month incubator program. That's for the long haul. It's a national program where at the moment our corporate partner is BT Westpac. So all the mentors come from that organisation. And that's for people who really want to develop their leadership skills over time and really have time to test their model. We have an accelerator program and we're really excited in March to launch the Accelerator Sydney NDIS. So it's purpose-built for disability agencies to get ready for the NDIS. And that program is for people who've already had a pilot and they're ready to launch and scale. And then lastly, we have our social change program, which I'm the facilitator of. We run it across Australia and we've just launched our third one in Bankstown. So we were lucky to get some Better Futures Local Solutions funding and we've been working in Bankstown for 2 years. Thanks. That was I hope that was quick. I hope I didn't miss anything. Okay, Susie's like, thank you. Okay, I would now like to invite Alex up, my friend Alex. So I might ask for... Are you going to drive, Jen? Do you want me to drive? I can drive. We've got Tom. All right, no, I don't want to run over Tom. Am I going to run over Tom? All right. Can I just put you next to the podium here, mate?
Yes.
We have the mic.
I think that would be a great message. Thank you.
Good morning.
It's been a bit error, isn't it? It's gone off somewhere.
Right, I'm just going to push it back. So Alex, I'm just going to introduce you then.
Yes.
Alex is a graduate from our second Bankstown program. He's also my friend. Sorry. Alex founded World on Wheels, which is an awesome social enterprise, and he is a winner of our Kickstarter grant, which is a partnership that we have with Macquarie Bank.
Actually, I'm a runner.
Well, you got the first round. So he won how many weeks? 8 weeks?
Yeah.
8 weeks of mentoring with a team of Macquarie Bank people to review his business plan and get it ready to be viable and scalable. So I'm going to first invite you to tell us about World About Wheels. Do you want me to just hold the mic?
Yes, please.
Okay.
At its core, World on Wheels is a series of books, and people think it was based on my life, but it's not because I'm not stuffed. Yes. This is Tom.
Feel free to stand up at the back if you can.
Please. Yeah, please stand up. Make me feel inferior, don't. Tom was created as a vehicle for social change, like me. He can be plugged into any issue, and he was developed because I'm old, and kids don't talk to me, but they'll talk to him. I talk about any issue to do with disability or just any issue to do with life from my perspective, and then the kids talk to Tom and they like him and they respond to him. He's based on a design from the Muppets, and together we're going to take over the world because it's a world on wheels.
Thanks, Alex. And what made you want to make a difference?
Okay, I'm going to cry, huh?
Don't cry.
Well, I decided from a very early age that I was going to make a difference because I had found out that I was the difference. See, when you're in a wheelchair, people put you in boxes of things you can and can't do, and I don't like boxes, so I created my own. Basically, I needed my social venture to stand out because I can't stand up. So that was the driving force behind World on Wheels.
And what's the truth about being a social entrepreneur? Tell it like it is.
The truth, well, the regret is the truth, but the truth I'd like to focus on today is once you're on this journey, you're never going to get off. So a social venture is not a quick fix, and you can't put a band-aid on an amputation, because it's going to need constant work, and as Mark said, it needs to be sustainable. If you're not sustainable, or you don't have at the very least, ideas on how to be sustainable, you're dead in the water. So, yeah, that's the truth. And friends come in very different and diverse shapes and sizes, and you're going to need them along the way. So, cultivate your friends.
Thanks, Alex. What is your call to action to the audience here today?
As I understand it, some of you are in the sector of public service. I'm just working on another disability. Hang on a minute. And my call to action to you is, if you're not happy in what it is you do, because unfortunately, or fortunately for me, life is not all about money. If you're not happy in what you do and passionate about what you do, find what it is you're passionate about, turn it into a social venture, and if it's not yours, then find someone that you can help in any way and just go do it. Because for me, just to go back to World on Wheels is not just my project, World on Wheels is my legacy. So that's it basically.
Thanks, Alex.
You're welcome.
Would anybody like to pose a question to Alex before we say goodbye?
I'm usually more mobile than this, but our car broke down, and you've just got to roll with the punches when it comes to social ventures. Please ask me a
It's a
question.
bit of metaphor. You've got one question?
How can we help World on Wheels? What introductions do you want?
I'm so glad you are. We are currently looking for what we call wheeliteers, which is basically anyone that can go out to places like this and spruik for us. Because I'm only one guy and I can't be everywhere at once. And we're also looking for, basically we want everybody that thinks about working with us to pitch to us. Because we like pitching and we want to see what you've got. So if you want to pitch to us, because it's more than just me, like give us like 3 minutes of what you think you can offer us, and then we'll take it from there.
You sassy social entrepreneur. You pitched to me.
You taught me well.
Thanks, Alex. Alex will be here. Can you hang out for a little while?
What's the
If there's
time?
any questions afterwards.
What's the
We
time?
should leave at 12 o'clock.
Okay, it's 11:22.
Okay.
Yeah, can I hang out for a
A little bit. Great.
Thanks, Alex. Thank you. Maybe we'll just, over here, we'll hang out over here. Whoever would like to pitch, and then I'll invite you one by one. And these guys are going to, just for about 1.5 minutes each, share with you the missions that they have for the venture that they've embarked on. And I invite you to just, give them a whoop, hey, whoop. It's so not easy. Well, one, public speaking's really hard because it makes you nervous. But it's also not easy to sort of put your idea out there when you're really early stage. These guys are just, really early stage. So, Jen, you can grab the mic. The floor is yours. Make it work for yourself.
It's the 26th of August 2004. I received a phone call from the police. After a day of searching, they found my sister. After 3 years of struggling with depression, going through high school, she didn't make it out the other side. She took her life. And then unfortunately 2 years later, my dad went down the same route. He was struggling with post-traumatic stress after the Vietnam War. That's the passion that's behind my social venture, which is called Inner Strength Press, an online publishing company. A forum to allow families to share their stories of mental health grief, a place where sufferers can go and not be judged by family and friends, a place where they can find solace in people going through the same circumstances. So my personal vision is to really tackle youth suicide prevention, early intervention, go into schools, share my first story. The first book release will be called Letters to My Little Sister. Please find me on Facebook, and I'll be released on Amazon in about a month's time. Looking to introduce mental health first aid training into schools. Really want to engage students to be part of the solution, not part of the problem, not this crazy cyberbullying that's going on. And last of all, really promote Inner Strength Press as a place where people can share their stories. People can read real stories from real people. So some of the stats about mental health in teenagers in Australia, only 1 in 4 actually get the professional help that they need. So many more could be addressing their issues that actually lead to high suicide rates later on. So if you're at all passionate about these issues, please come and speak to me afterwards. I'd love to hear from you, love to build this community, and I couldn't be doing it without you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jen. Have you ever thought about where your clothes come from? Maybe a friend's asked you where you got your jacket from and you think, oh yeah, I know what brand it is and I know what shop I got it from, but I actually don't know who made it. So imagine coming face to face with that person. This is what happened to me in India. I visited a rural weaving village in Gujarat, India, and I stood face to face with the master weaver who had woven my scarf. The thing is that exploitation thrives when the artisans are hidden from consumers. Despite possessing incredible skills, many artisans in disadvantaged communities are paid a pittance for their work with no recognition for their skills. So this is why I am establishing a social enterprise that creates sustainable livelihoods through textiles vocations. So I'm establishing a grassroots brand that profiles the people behind the products, and it's called Restore. It raises the profile and confidence for artisans. It allows consumers to participate in their empowerment and create sustainable demand for their skills. So soon I'm starting to work with a group of artisans in Bankstown to develop products together and then market them to Australian consumers. So if you'd like to talk to me about my venture, if you have anything you'd like to know more, I'd love to talk to you at lunch. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anna Yip and I'm the Director of Seriously Worthy, Community Initiatives at National. And look, a really great opportunity has come about for me at the moment to build Seriously Worthy and lead. And what I do, what I specialise in is innovation, service innovation, program innovation, change implementation. So I've worked in the sector for the last 10 years, and look, I think it's fair to say that it's becoming very challenging. The last sort of wave of reforms have seen, over just in New South Wales, 300 brands reduced to 70, and organisations and services becoming more competitive. And that's really tough. And that competition is driving the requirement for services to be innovative. And I don't mean fluffy duck innovation, I mean really process improvement and service model development and scalability. So Seriously Worthy offers services in grant writing, program innovation, so taking your program design and stretching it to be more effective, and change implementation. So looking at how can you use different and innovative implementation models from across sectors and being more effective and stretch that dollar further and reach more in your program. And just to make an offering in the spirit of the day, I'm offering anybody here that would be interested in talking to me about their program or chewing the fat, 2 hours of consulting for free. And that's just my contribution through SSE and also the program, but also as a way of just building my social venture as well. So yeah, come and see me if anybody's interested.
Hi everyone, my name is Nadine Ahmed, and I'm just starting on a journey to launch a venture called Feel Good. So Feel Good is essentially a crowdfunding platform for young people dedicated to driving social change. It allows them to develop a project based on needs of the community that are important to them. It's really trying to create this idea of personalized volunteering. I find that there's not enough young people giving up their time for the community because there's really not much for them to put their hands into that's fun and meaningful whilst building their leadership potential as well. So Feel Good is really an opportunity for them to put their projects live, get community pledges, and to feed a cause back into the community. So it's in its early days, but if you are interested to know more about it or would like to be part of the Feel Good journey, then definitely come see me. I think we're all here for the rest of the day, so that's me. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ruth here.
Ruth, just hold your mic up, darling. That's it.
With rising unemployment rate, particularly in migrant community and refugee communities struggling to find work and with many barriers, I have a vision to set up a signature cafe gift shop where we have authentic dishes made by members of the community who have passion to cook, and this will help the moms at home and the disadvantaged community members to contribute their specialties to our cafe. The profits will be given back to them on a mutual profit basis, and this gift shop, which is attached to the signature cafe, are the designer wear products made by the local community and rural artisans overseas, because I found out there is a gap between the skill and sustainability to sustain their skill and their families. So this kind of marketing strategy will enable them to support the families and make them self-reliant. So if any of you are interested in this kind of project, please talk to me. I need your advice. Thank you.
Morning everyone, my name is Jeff Mato. I am working on developing a social venture called United Soccer Breakers. Just imagine if everyone was back in school, you're age 15, things are not looking too well, and you're raised in a family where basically there's no network. Usually you come from a single parent home. Sometimes the situation has gone from bad to worse. Year 9 is not looking too hard. It's looking too hard, and you're falling way behind. Statistically, you're likely to be almost 3 years behind other kids who are more fortunate than yourselves. Already your future choices are fading away. Opportunities, jobs, future employment, relationships, everything. you feel completely lost, and you begin to feel like school is just a waste of time. You begin to think you might need to drop out, or you want to drop out. Just like 50,000 students do each year in Australia. If our children choose to leave, they risk falling into a cycle of poverty and unemployment. Educational disadvantage in our country is real. It's happening right here and it's happening right now. United Cycle Breakers is focused on improving educational outcomes and success of our troubled youth. I plan to work with the youth themselves and also their parents, going into their homes and trying to create the change from inside of their homes out, working with the schools and also local authorities. I've had some wonderful experiences in my volunteering as a missionary for my church for a couple of years. And I was able to be a part of a lot of change. And I noticed that a lot of people knocked us back because I wore a badge on over my chest that read the name Jesus Christ. And a lot of people didn't allow us in. But those that did let us in, we were able to help them, and I was able to witness a lot of change. I'm grateful for these experiences, and I know that there's a good need here in Australia. And if anyone's interested, my ask is come have a chat. I'd love to catch up and see what we can do together. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jack.
Hi, my name is Alsu. I'm founder of Australian Nasheed and Arts Academy and Inspire Performing and Creative Arts. Imagine 8 years old Australian girl who successfully performed on a stage, and she was leading in a lead role in one of the famous movies, and she had real passion for ballet. When she was only 10, she converted to Islam after her mom, and everything stopped. She couldn't dance. There is no such a thing as ballet for a Muslim girl. She couldn't be in a movie. There is no role for girl in hijab. She couldn't sing because it's no such thing as competition for female only. When she walks on the streets, people call her terrorists. She represents an evil, what people see on TV. This girl is my daughter, and it's 1,000 girls like her who experience racism and discrimination in such an early age. This is why I established Inspire, to meet the needs of our community, to unite children under performing arts and exercise their right to express themselves through arts, no matter what their religion, race, or background. We provide programs in fields of Aboriginal arts, Arabic calligraphy, poetry, singing, and of course, ballet. From humble beginning of only 5 children, today we have more than 500 students and performers. All our programs operate in culturally appropriate ways and gender specific. In December, I produced and directed very unique annual production, Schools Inspire. We had more than 90 performers from all different backgrounds. What would make biggest difference for those talented children is your help in connecting Inspire with Jewish and Christian schools, Australian ballet, Australian film producers, and progressive school principals who have passion for Unite Australia, so we create harmony for your children and next generations. We have lots of exciting interfaith projects, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Jay and I'm the founder founder of Promise or Pay. In the past 6 weeks, almost half of you in this room would have made some sort of New Year's resolution. Unfortunately, only about 8% of you will follow through. We all know sticking to self-improvement goals is really difficult, whether it's to get fit, to get organised, or to get healthy. We often get sidetracked by distractions, lack motivation, or simply slip back into routine. But there is hope. When it comes to achieving a personal goal, research shows that the chances of success increase by 33% if it is shared with others, and by up to 72% if money is put on the line. Promise or Pay is an online motivation platform that combines these two insights to help you achieve your goals by donating money to charity if you don't follow through, and by encouraging others to donate if you succeed. If I break my promise, I donate to charity. If I keep my promise, my supporters donate. Promise or Pay ensures a win-win outcome and has a guaranteed social impact. It is the answer to those things you know you should do, you really want to do, you know you can do, yet historically you don't do. My vision is to create a platform that will inspire people to be the best that they can be, while at the same time encourage and facilitate millions of dollars in donations to charities. Today I'd like to ask everyone in this room to make a promise. Go to promiseorpay.com, pick a habit that you're having trouble forming, and put your money where your heart is. I'll also be here all day and would love to speak to anyone who's interested in the idea of Promise or Pay, whether that's coming on board as a partner charity or willing to offer advice around marketing, funding, or software development, or just to say hello. One promise can make a huge difference. What will your promise be? Thank you.
So what do you reckon? Wow. Not bad, hey? Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thanks.
That was such a fantastic session.
Just the SSC in action.
Alex, where are you? Thank you so much. That was truly inspiring.
You're welcome.
Almost made me cry. I don't like that when I get all weepy and soppy. But it was really inspiring, so thank you. Now, Alex is only here till 12, so if you want to have a quick wordy thing, you can scoot over right now as I speak. I won't think you're being rude.